Oh, but there was a touchdown like 4 miles from.
Oh, I have to show you. I have to show you the AI. Hold on. I have to show you the AI picture of Joanna. Oh God, was it AI? Did you really? Hey, what is that? That or this one? Which one looks nastier?
Yeah, he's sitting in the mid 90s now, so
Where's
it's
Anthony?
really cheap. He started this
I
on
just think you can cut
Amazon.
your phone, by the way. If you phone in. I said, give me a Jack D that looks like he has a high pitched voice. All right, give me keys. Nothing. All right.
Oh, you didn't hear me, did you?
Ugh. Alrighty.
We did have a confirmed tornado on the ground about 4 miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stay connected. Cross Skype. Let me see if this. If I just need to see. Okay. All right. Am I live? Yes, we are live on everything. Cool. Cool. Some bitch. All right. It is 31. Pull up Espen. He got that ESPN. My girl, and her name is Sony.
Her name is Sal.
Sony.
Might have to close that there window.
uh, yeah, sounds like it. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't hear any fucking. Yeah. So all right. So already know off the bat if your fucking shit goes out, we know why.
I'm good, man. Weather's passed now,
Oh yeah.
at least for a couple hours.
All right. We ready?
Oh, season.
Yeah. Tornado season. Well, like football season for me is hurricane season.
Football season for me is hurricane season.
Yeah. Fuck you. Wrong hurricane, asshole. I had to think about that for a second. I had to think about that for you. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. All right, we ready?
I mean, I suppose.
And 3, 2, 1, go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I'm your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me, as always,
Captain Stuntcock himself.
No Zombie Master as of right now, and possibly Christian. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the first betting podcasts on this network. Yes, we were doing this before all the other popular ones were doing this. Where we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that, the wide world of sports and sports betting. On tonight's show, it's pretty much us recapping going into the weekend. First week of Major League Baseball is in the books.
Yeah, how
And
about them?
3-2 or 3-3. They're 500, 500 ball.
We're only, first in our division.
Yeah, you're 4-2. You played the Angels and the the Angels and the Net. Wait, hold on. It was the Angels and the Twins.
Correct.
I mean, you swept the Twins. Congratulations.
Hey, that's actually a thing, man. The Twins are usually pretty tough.
Yeah, this year they're not going to be. They're not dire this year. But yes, on today's episode, we will talk about Ovechkin possibly breaking the record this week.
Possibly, but as far as hockey news goes, the only thing I'm worried about is that currently my beloved St. Louis Blues are on a 10-game streak.
Oh yeah, Gloria, hallelujah.
Hey, man.
Gloria!
We're in wild card number 2 spot. We got a shot at the playoffs. You better fucking be ready to sing Gloria.
And we give our bets for tomorrow, our best bets for tomorrow, and we come up with a fun parlay, I guess you can say, to try to make some money and boost this more. But with that being said, let's dive into it. And we'll start off with where do you want to start? You want to start hockey while we're waiting for see if Christian comes in?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. Where's Ovi at?
Ovi is 3 away, I believe. 3 or 4. I think he had 2 goals.
And that's like literally a good game away.
Yeah, he's a hat trick away.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to find the exact. So with that being said, though, are we just betting Ovechkin the rest of the way to light the lamp?
I think so.
Because, yeah, it feels like just every time. Because I think they play tonight. No, they do not play tonight. Actually, they do play tonight, and they're playing right now, and they're getting shut out 4-0 by the Hurricanes.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, it is the Canes. The Canes are.
There's going to be that many more that don't.
Let me see. Caps. Well, the Caps are literally the best, one of the best teams in hockey right now. Like that's no joke.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So you want to pull up the playoff picture?
Yeah, I'm just pulling up. I just want to actually have a legit thing for Ovechkin for how many goals he has.
Look for an official count.
Yeah. Goal record. Here we go. Goal record. 32 goals. So he hit. So yesterday says scores goal 891, 4 away from the record. He got 2 2 days ago. So I think he's at 890. 892.
Oof, he's getting
Oh no,
close.
no, sorry. 891. 891's right. He's 4 away from breaking, 3 away to tie.
Okay.
So there's that. Standings, here we go. Playoffs. So, all right. So there's only 4 teams that have clinched playoff berths already. Caps in the East. They're the only ones that have clinched. 105 points. The West, you have the Jets, the Stars, and the Knights. So Winnipeg, Dallas, and Vegas. With a win today, you can probably lock in the Hurricanes. Because they're at 94. let me see this. I wish I had playoff like. Oh, here we go. Okay, so in the Atlantic side for the East, Toronto, Tampa, and Florida have the top 3 seeds.
Okay.
Then it's Washington, who's clinched in the Met, the Canes, and the Devils.
Okay.
And the 2 wildcard spots are the Senators and the Canadiens. But, now this is the interesting but. The Blue Jackets and Rangers are 4 points behind. So they're one in the loss. They're one in the loss column. Columbus, if Columbus makes the playoffs, that is a team I do not want to see. Because if you remember, this year was when they lost the kid from New Jersey, Johnny Hockey, in a drunk driving accident. Which, if you've been following that and you live on the East Coast and you've been following that, that guy needs to be strung up by his fucking go-betweens and carried down a street.
You know what I just heard?
What?
You should have an edible.
You're not you when you're angry. Have a Snickers. Oh, and sir, you are wrong about being the 2 seed in the wild card.
We were.
You're the 1 seed.
Oh, I guess that 10th one put us in the 1 seed.
Yeah. For the Western Conference, Winnipeg, Dallas, they've clinched already, and Colorado is the 3 in the Central for the West, and then Vegas, the Kings, and Edmonton are the top 6 seeds for that, and then the Blues and the Wild are 7 and 8.
Okay.
If right now everything stopped, it looks like the Blues would be going to Dallas.
I like our odds against Dallas.
I'm just looking at the seeding. So the seeding would go the seeding for the North or for the East would be Washington to 1. Now this is if the season ended today.
If it ended today.
Washington 1. Depending on coin flip, it would be Toronto or Carolina 2-3.
Okay.
The 4 seed would be Florida. Sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I'm wrong. The 1 seed's Washington. Carolina, okay, 2-3. Tampa's the 4. Florida's the 5. Jersey's the 6. Ottawa's the 7th. Montreal is the 8. So Jersey would have to go to Florida. Ugh. Actually, I think the best thing that could happen is either Columbus or New York get in, and they got to face Toronto or Washington. If I'm the Rangers, I do not want to be touching. I do not want to touch. I want the 7 seed. I do not want the 8 seed. I would rather go to Toronto. I do not want to be touching Ovechkin right now.
No, not at all.
And then for the Western, the 1 seed right now would be Winnipeg, then Dallas, then VGK would be the 3, then Colorado, the Kings, which that's bad. That they got the 5 seed. The Kings need to start winning a little bit more because they would have the 5, and then Edmonton would get the 6. Blues would get the 7. Minnesota would get the 8. If you're LA, you want that 4 seed because they have the best home record in hockey right now.
Correct.
So you do not want to be playing your 7 games on the road.
I agree.
But I mean, what are the betting odds? Let's see. What do the betting odds have to say about this? Okay, here we go. So Stanley Cup, right now the Stars are the favorite, which is interesting. The Devils are 35-1. What are the Blues? 45. The Blues have the same odds as the Wild. See, that's the problem. This is one of those spots where it's hockey. Everyone can get hot at the exact same time.
Right.
And it turns ugly quick. I mean, teams that, like, pretty much it's 55-1 all the way down past the Rangers. Like, the Rangers aren't even in the playoffs, and they have better odds than a team that's actually that has enough points in the playoffs. Figure that out.
Riddle me that, man.
Yeah, riddle me that. I want to keep looking because if you're telling me you can get me home ice advantage with LA, I might take LA right now because the Kings are 25-1 to win the Cup. But as of right now, them being on that line, the 5 seed, I'm not touching them. The Devils have too much injuries. I think the fact that Dallas is 6-1 is asinine. I think your value bet out of this is probably between Winnipeg, Washington, and Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas is usually a pretty decent team. I mean, we can't really lie about that.
They've been around only for 4 years.
Right.
And they've been in the playoffs 3 out of the 4. I mean, that's nuts right there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're getting close to playoff hockey, which means shit gets real quick.
Real fucking quick.
Yep. All right. Anything else you want to touch on hockey? Because there's not really...
I mean, there's really not much to touch on right now until we really get to the playoffs.
Yeah. There is one thing I want to talk about with the NBA.
All right, what do we got?
So, Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Superstar for the Memphis Grizzlies is under investigation again.
For?
Doing another gun gesture against the Warriors.
Now, here's the question. What's the context of this gesture? Is it threatening or is it like Bullet Club?
No, it's not like Finn Balor Bullet Club. Like, it's sharpshooter. Like, I pull. What?
Like I'm sniping your ass.
Yeah. Now, here's the problem with this. If this was anybody else, there would be some kind of issue, but not a big issue.
Okay.
Ja Morant has been suspended twice for actually having guns in his Instagram live accounts.
Interesting.
So, that's why this is a bigger deal.
Right.
If there was no issue or anything like that, like, he has been reprimanded by the NBA before. Yeah, he has twice previously been suspended for flashing guns on social media.
That's crazy.
So, that's why, in my opinion, this is a little bit of a bigger deal.
Yeah, like that's not just something to gloss over because Like, this is the type of shit we got to watch out for because this could be the next Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, like he's been suspended before. Like
Right.
they've done this, and like this, he's still a kid. Like that's the funny part. This kid he's like my age. He's younger than me. This was the Zion Williamson class. So this is he's 4 years removed from college.
Wow.
Like, I'm sorry, but I will say it, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face. There needs to be a rule now when it comes to with this. So the rule is originally, people don't know, that if you go to college, you have to go to college for 1 year. And then you can go to the NBA.
Okay.
Now, personally, don't like that. I think because with the NIL deal going around, and especially this will help with the transfer portal and all that other shit too, that if you go to college, you need to go to college for 3 years. Like in football, you need to go to college for 3 years before you go to the NFL. Or you need to play something other than, you have to be 3 years removed from high school to play in the NFL. Now, with the transfer portal coming through college, you're getting all these kids that are transferring, making other money. Okay, well, tie this contract then into these schools. Hey, you want to play here? Cool. It's a 2-year contract. Here's how much money you're making. You can't hit the transfer portal till after your sophomore year. You either have a choice to then go to one more school, stay here for 1 more year, go to another school, or test yourself in the draft. So do 2 years instead of 3. Or test the draft. But also you should allow these kids to come out of high school, and if you do that, they have to play in the G League for 2 years.
Right.
Give these kids the options, because right now, I'll tell you right now, the college basketball season's not over, and other than the 4 teams that are in the Final Four, no team is the same. There's maybe 1,200 players in the transfer portal. Which it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. I agree with that.
So, like, okay, you want these kids to do it, fine. Tie these NIL deals to these. Make them 2 years. Don't make them 1-year contracts. That's stupid. Make these 2-year deals, and then you deal with it. You can do a year after, or they can go to the draft.
Right.
But also, too, okay, make these kids go to classes that actually mean shit. Because how many kids are just pretty much dropping out, like getting enough grades through the fall so they can play basketball, then not going to class because they're going to go to the NBA?
Yeah.
Force these kids to almost take a micromanagement classes so they can learn how to save money. They can learn this because, again, they're still kids. They're 20-year-old adults.
Right. They're just learning about what life is.
And you're going to give them the keys to a Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, so, like, I always been a prominent person saying, hey, listen, if these kids are going to go to school for 1 year, have them learn the basics of money. Simple business.
Yeah.
So they don't. So if they don't go to, like, if they don't do well in the NBA or they're injured, they have something that at least semi to fall back on.
Right. I'm with that.
But because sometimes it's too much too fast. Like, okay, you get these kids out of college. Now what? Like, not everyone, and listen, I'm going to say it and I'm going to be nice about it. Not everyone's a LeBron James.
Correct.
Where LeBron at 18 was not being stupid with his money. But nothing you can do. Nothing. They won't do anything because they don't care. The schools don't care. The schools are making hand over fist money for college basketball because, oh, well, go figure.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your opinion on that? Like, I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything too outlandish.
Dude, you're not. And that's the thing.
But I guarantee you someone will find that offensive. Oh, well, these kids deserve it. Do they? I mean, yeah, these kids have earned money, but at the same time, Cooper Flagg is making $500,000 of 1 year at Duke, plus whatever money he makes off his NIL deal. Which, by the way, that in all of its cases is a fucking joke. Because that was never what the NIL deal was for. The NIL deal was never supposed to make college football free agency. Or college sports. Because if people don't remember, the NIL deal was pretty much allowing these kids that can go on TikTok and make money off of TikTok that were college athletes. That was
Right.
the whole point of the NIL deal. Now they just took the loud part. They just said the quiet part out loud. Oh, hey, you want to come to there? Here's $500,000 to come here. Oh, now you just said the quiet part out loud.
Oops.
Yeah, well, we all knew what you were doing. Now you just fucking did it. Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Made it easier for everybody else to call you a freaking professional athlete.
You freaking douchebags.
All right. I would say we had horse racing, but we did have some horse racing news. We had the Florida Derby this week or last week.
And who won the Florida Derby?
We'll find out, actually. Tappan Street. Or was it? It was. No, it was. Here we go. Sorry, it wasn't Tappan Street. Yeah, it was Tappan Street. Brad Cox, Luis Saez. Went off at 5-1. I've heard of this horse coming out of its 2-year-old. So now it's hitting the. What's it?
It's just a 2-year-old?
This was. I saw this horse when it was in its 2-year-old state.
Oh, okay.
So now this is going to be, in my opinion, this is going to be one of the bigger. You're going to start seeing a lot of bigger names. Like this is one of those. This is a big win for that horse. Because this now gets it. It was a 100-point win, so this horse is now gonna get in.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Kentucky Derby. Arkansas Derby. Okay, so yeah, so last week was the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby. Pretty much the two biggest prep races for the what's it called? For the Kentucky Derby. So the big number right now is you're looking at Tappan Street with the Florida Derby win. Sandman with the 100 points. And then we pretty much go into the next big set, which is this week we have the Santa Anita Derby and the Bluegrass in Keeneland. The Wood Memorial at Aqueduct. And then Lexington in Keeneland. After that, it's ship everybody out to the Derby. We have 4 more races. 3 are tomorrow. Or 3 are Friday. Or Saturday, sorry. One's the 12th. After that, it's Derby time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a frickin'. It's always fun. Let me see who's actually in the lead. Points, standings. Here we go. Coal Battle is ahead right now. Sorry. Sandman will be... Okay, so Sandman and Tappan Street, or Tappan Street are in there. So, because anyone that's got a 100-point win is pretty much locked. So now you're going to see... So there's about 25 races on. There's 20 horses usually with the Derby.
Yeah.
So let me see out of right now who needs. So 35 is the low end. Journalism is one that if it can get one more win, if it's in this one of these next prep races and can get onto the podium, I can see that him doing well. Coal Battle probably doesn't need anything. Chunk of Gold is at 75. He's probably safe. Final Gambit safe. Sandman is safe. Do we have anything for the Santa Anita Derby yet? I'm speaking out loud. It's like, do we have a freaking... Here we go. All right, Bluegrass. Do we have a... We do. Okay. None of the guys that need to hit this are on this. Owen Almighty. Okay, no one of any real importance out of this, except maybe River Tame, which is a Todd Pletcher horse. That's very interesting. Okay, there it is. The Santa Anita Derby. 5 horses. All 5 of them need these points to get in. Journalism is your favorite at 6-5. Journalism should win. Because Journalism is at 14. He hits the board on this. Which, I mean, he's going to, because it's only 5 horses. There's literally, you get 10 points. He's going to most likely make the field of 20.
Right.
The big one it looks like to watch is going to be the Wood Memorial, because 4 horses that are trying to qualify are in this race. That's going to be the one to really pay attention to. Because I don't think anyone... Yeah, as of right now, there's the Lexington. It doesn't look like anyone's really going to jump on the Lexington.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway. I mean, if I would ever bet on anything, it's either American Promise or Buller, because that's a justified horse or Gunrunner. And Gunrunner, I've seen Gunrunner run live. That's one of my favorite fucking horses I've ever seen run.
Yeah.
Next to American Pharaoh.
He's got a beautiful gait.
Yeah. Next,
Strong.
like I said, next to American Pharaoh, it's Gunrunner. Like, that's... Yeah.
I get you. Got you.
Yeah, well, you know how most people think. Well, horse racing's this. Horse racing is the biggest fucking thing going on right now, especially now that we're in Derby time.
And the thing is a lot of people hate horse racing because they think that the animals are abused, but these horses are treated better than most people.
Listen, we've reported it. Some trainers are royal assholes.
Yeah.
And they deserve to go to jail.
Correct. But a lot of these horses are treated better than most people. Like these are thoroughbred, pedigreed, fucking winners. You know, these are the horses that fucking people bet a life on and win
And lose.
and lose. I mean, but trying to keep this an optimistic world.
Listen, I've seen people drop 10 grand on a horse once. I've seen it, and I've looked at them going, the fuck are you doing?
I hope they gave you a great answer like, you only live once or you can't take it with you.
If they did, the next thing would have turned around and was, I am taking donations.
Because if somebody's cool dropping a 10K bet and you're like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, you can't take it with you. Dude, you know what?
That may be true. I am always accepting donations.
You are one cool motherfucker.
Would you like to give to the House of the Poor?
Right.
My pocketbook is a little light. I will take donations for the GoFundMe. Thank you very much. So, this is a bit of news, though, that broke that I'm interested to get your opinion on when it comes to horse racing.
Oh, what do we got?
And it's up in my neck of the woods. New York, the NYRA horse racing on Sunday canceled their entire the entire day.
Why?
Wake up! Time to
That's the question.
Thank you, Bree. Why? Because of unacceptable noise levels.
Unacceptable noise levels. Explain.
Apparently, down the road, there was a March Madness auto and bike show.
Okay.
Apparently, it was so loud. NYRA was never notified in advance about the event would create unsafe race conditions. The Resorts World Casino was unable to make an adjustment necessary to allow the races to happen. So I guess it was so loud from the revving of the engines on bikes and stuff, it was scaring the horses.
That is unacceptable race conditions.
Yep, that's the only thing. Unacceptable noise levels. That's the only thing I can think of that is exactly what happens. But you're telling me, I'm hoping resorts got fined out the ass for this, because Aqueducts doesn't really make a lot of money in the spring.
Right.
Now, they're going to make a lot of money this year because they're getting, what's it called? They get the, oh, God damn it, the third leg of the Belmont. Because Belmont is shut down right now because they're renovating. So Aqueduct will get money in the summer, but they're still. Oh, so okay. NYRA's senior vice president of racing and operations said the casino event took place in a parking lot, which was immediately adjacent from the top of the stretch.
Oh shit! Yeah, you can't have that.
No, we were faced with wild, unexpected sound levels. The other concerned causing unsafe circumstances for the horses and riders. We had no choice but to cancel the race due to those concerns.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
I get.
NYRA will work with the Thoroughbred and gaming commissions the appropriate next steps on how they can make up these lost. How do you make up these lost revenue? Have the casino give it to you.
Yeah.
That's how you make it up. That's or you make the casino pay for soundproof walls. Right on the top of the straightaway.
Yeah.
I mean, is that...
Or quite simply, don't book a fucking car show on race day.
Yeah. Keeneland postponed their first two schedules of racing, which, hold on, is that actually... That's actually interesting, because isn't that, I believe, the Bluegrass is the 5th, so the Bluegrass got moved to the 7th. Because apparently, down by you, they canceled it due to the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bluegrass...
Dude, we've got such shit weather coming through here right now that, like...
They're not taking any risk. They're doing the Bluegrass. They're doing the Bluegrass on Tuesday. Wow, that's huge for Keeneland. So, they're giving the races for Monday and Tuesday. It's free.
That's cool.
Now, for people that don't understand why that's a big deal, you're getting grade 1 horse racing, stakes races, and you don't have to pay to get in. That is near unheard of. You're seeing Kentucky Derby horses for nothing. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, a little bit. It's cool. It's a cool promotion, though.
It gets... So, here we go. Previous purchase of GA now valid for single entryway during the spring meet. So, if you bought a ticket, your previous purchase GA now are valid for single entry on any race day during the spring. So if you bought a ticket for this Friday or Saturday, you can go to any other race. And especially even if it's sold out, you can go. All grandstand reserved dining reservations and parking will be automatically refunded, including the fees. Credit will appear to purchase in several days. Previous Friday, Saturday ticket holders opportunity to purchase tickets for Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so free admission for a historical Monday and Tuesday race, free GA. Okay, so if you want grandstand seats, you still have to pay for them, but if you want GA, it's free. That's insane.
That's cool.
Good on Keeneland. This is coming from Blood Horse, bloodhorse.com.
All right.
I actually like this site. It's the magazine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we have that. So I mean, that's some big shit right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Give it up.
Yeah, no, seriously, like I've never seen them just give away shit for free. Especially when we get to this. All right. So, all right, where else do we want to dive into? Go baseball?
Sure.
All right, Major League Baseball.
Not a whole lot to talk about.
No, I mean, big thing is you're getting a lot of people re-signing. Diamondbacks signed Kendrick Marte, 6 years, a 6-year extension, so they got their second baseman tied down for a long time. I mean, let's face it. The big story for this week was the torpedo bats.
Yes.
And for people that don't know what the torpedo bat is, it is a bat that almost looks like a bowling pin where the barrel of the bat is a little bit fatter than the rest of the bat.
It's a little bit longer too.
Well, as long as it's within the drop radius, you're fine. But that's the big thing. The torpedo bats. Because it's the Yankees using them. Oh, well, they're cheating. They're doing this. Okay. The torpedo bats are not cheating. Actually, in reality, it's harder. Because if you don't barrel up that ball, you're flying out 90% of the time. You're not doing shit. And because Judge had an amazing game. Judge is not using a torpedo bat. There's only 2 Yankees using torpedo bats. And that's Chisholm and Ben Rice. I think Ben Rice. Yeah, but it's not Judge. Like, people are like, oh, Judge is using them. Judge is not using them.
Look, and even if he was, the fact is that those bats met MLB field regulation specs.
Yep, and that's the other thing, too.
Because if they hadn't, the umpires would not have allowed them on the field.
Yep. And, and I'm sorry, everybody else is using them, too. Just because the Yankees started using them first, get off your high horse and boo fucking who.
Who fucking who?
Like, oh, well, the torpedo bat's this. It's like, yeah, okay. Like, Mad Dog went off about the torpedo bats. He's sick of hearing about them. But, I'm sorry, but do you remember? Okay, when it came to the aluminum bats, and this goes with the regular bats too. Did anyone ever complain when the bat was top loaded? How many bats do you remember that were weighted more towards the top of the bat than in the middle?
Quite a few.
I have one that was top heavy. I mean, shit. Ty Cobb used to swing one that was fucking top heavy. Granted, we're not talking about it doesn't really matter now because we're not talking about Ty Cobb.
Right.
The problem is, though, is as long as it, like you said, as long as it fields within the specs, who cares?
Right, and if it was not in spec, the umpires would not have allowed the bat.
Exactly.
They would have inspected, would have deemed it not worthy for play, and that would have been the end of conversation.
Yeah. But again, because it's the Yankees.
Right, because it's the Yankees, it's a way to cheat. maybe your team should just not suck.
Yeah, pretty much.
saying that I'm saying that even to the Cardinals fans that are saying it. Like, maybe we should just not suck.
Here's the other thing too. If it's legal, you can use them too.
Yeah.
Oh well, all these people that also did steroids. Yeah, guess what? They were legal. Use them.
Yep. I'm with you.
Oh, he got another one.
Ovi?
Ovi, 892. He needs 2 to tie, 3 to get it. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, man. I might get excited.
Why?
Oh, well, I'm playing golf and... Oh, damn it. Never mind.
What? Did you get Tiger Vision?
No, I was just like really close to sinking a 61-foot putt.
So Paul Skeens is making a ton of money right now.
All right.
Skeens pitched today with the victory against the Tampa Bay Rays. At the same time, was making a ton of money because his spread on GQ magazine dropped with his girlfriend.
Ah.
With Livy Dunn. I just, oh my god, that everyone's freaking out. It's like, guys, she's too young for you.
Yes. Quit being fucking perverts.
Yes. She's a gymnast that should technically go to the Olympics, but she's not going to. Skeen struck out 6 and walked none while throwing 102 pitches. God damn.
Damn.
7 innings, too. 7 innings, 6 Ks, 102. 102 pitches.
That's insane.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. The 22 retired 21 of 24 batters and generated 13 swing and miss, 7 on his fastball. He has an under 1 whip, which is the lowest start in Major League history.
Nice.
Yeah, Paul Skeens is actually, you know what? Let's pull that up. What do you think? What do you think his odds are for Cy Young?
Oh God, I don't know. 5-1.
Oh, I think it's less than that.
Less than 5-1.
I think he's. Yeah, he's 2-1.
2-1. Oh wow.
I mean, I'm looking at this, and right now he's making his dominant. He's dominating his starts, but it is way too early to fucking tell. Because 2-1, you don't want to be putting money on him. It's either okay, he either falters and his price goes up, or you just eat it. It's not worth putting money down on it.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, like you said though, we're in the first week. The big news of the week is the fact that we had the torpedo bats. That's really it.
Yeah. It's too early for any real news.
Let me see something. I'm pulling something up. We do have, in the betting realm, we do have some stuff that have just dropped, I believe, for college football.
We got.
Season win totals have opened up.
Okay.
And before anyone asks, yes, I understand that it is April 2nd. But here's the thing. Just like college basketball, college football does not end. The NFL draft is literally in 2 weeks. And, why would you be talking about this? Because when it comes to college football, this is what I really like to look at. This is where you can start seeing other teams, like, depending on what gets dropped. Like, Miami does not have a win total out yet. Wish they did.
Right.
But Alabama's got 9.5 to 1. Or not 9.5, sorry. 9.5 over under. That's the lowest I think it's ever been in God knows how long. Now here's the problem with that. If you ask yourself, okay, you see 9.5, why would you bet this? Because this would not cash until the end of the year.
Yeah, some people like the long game, man.
But no, that's the thing. You would be putting your money almost in escrow till New Year's.
Yeah. But again, dude, some people like that long game.
Yeah. No, but listen, if you're doing, it also depends. This is the type of time where you would bet like $20.
Right.
$20, $50. You're not betting $300 or $200 or whatever the limit is for it. You're betting small so you can just build up tickets.
Right.
So when it does come to the end of the year, you can get that night. You can get that gift on Christmas. But like, let me see if I just see something right away that's gonna catch my eye. The Seminole Vesicles, 7.5. Yeah, that's a hard under. The Florida State Noles, I don't like. I don't even know if they got rid of anybody. Georgia, yeah, Georgia's going over. Georgia retooled badly. They're 9.5. These numbers are going to fluctuate so fast. But again, it's April. So you're going to get a lot of people thinking, why would I bet on it now? I'll wait till after the draft when then everything gets skewed. And you're right, though. Like, some people love the long game.
Yeah.
Like, I think Vanderbilt, if Vandy still has their normal team, guess what? I'm betting the over hard on Vanderbilt this year. Texas is 9.5 with Arch Manning starting. You bet your ass I'm betting fucking over.
Right.
There's... Oh, and the other news that came out of this, and obviously I don't think we're going to get Christian tonight. Not a big deal. The NCAA has disallowed a spring game between Colorado and Syracuse.
Okay, why?
So, according to this, this is from Denver Post from the AP. So this is the NCAA FBS Oversight Committee will not recommend a waiver to permit Colorado and Syracuse to face each other in a spring game, according to Griffin. According to this Griffin McVeigh. The committee cited academic concerns, potentially recruiting advantages, and other programs likely be able to similarly schedule a similar game. Colorado head coach Deion Sanders proposed a spring game against another program earlier in March. Syracuse's bench boss appeared to accept the invitation on X shortly after. Multiple programs, including Nebraska and Texas, have announced that they won't hold a spring game this year.
Will not.
So the red and white game in Nebraska not happening. The orange white game in Texas not going to happen. The problem is when it comes to the spring game, if the coach doesn't like you and he doesn't think, he'll cut you after the spring game and then you're in the transfer portal.
Right.
Okay, well, if they're going to leave and you're not going to play them, why would they stay?
True.
I personally I don't like that it's Colorado and Syracuse that would play each other. I think if you gave me Colorado and something a little closer, obviously and that's not on your schedule, you don't do Colorado State because you play them every year.
Right.
But you do Colorado with I don't know.
Thor.
You find a team that's within 20 miles. I don't know who's in that area. But what you do is you do that, and then you can do it I'll say this, Rutgers can play Monmouth. It's literally an hour drive. Or you want to have fun with this one, if you're Rutgers, and I'm going to clip this and I want to put this on X. Hey, Rutgers, you want to entice people to come to the spring game? How about reenacting the original football game and doing a Princeton-Rutgers or a Rutgers-Yale game and doing it old school? It doesn't count, right? Let these kids have some fun. Throw some history back. We literally just had the 150th anniversary a couple years ago of college football. Well, maybe we should have reenacted the game. Not reenacted the game, but played the game the old-fashioned way. Make it look like the leather and play a spring game where it was the original two teams. What do you think about that?
I dig it.
Yeah, it's Rutgers Princeton. I'm sorry. And it wouldn't count. Obviously, it's a spring game. So do Rutgers Princeton. What's the fucking big deal? I've been clamoring to see that because I think that would be fucking fun. And you get the little rivalry going again. Make the spring game mean something then.
Right.
And if you were a fan, if you were a fan of college football and you're a historian, you would die to see that. That would be, and a lot of us are like, oh, that would be fucking cool. Yeah, it would.
Ooh. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Sorry, it got quiet.
No, you're good. You're good. Bruh, this is... So I just pulled up the new Rutgers Stadium.
Yeah.
For baseball. Dude, $70 million.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's gonna be freaking. And they're making it like FIFA regulation.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, they're trying to get a lot of shit. So here's the thing: they're trying to get concerts in a lot of these places. How do you feel about certain colleges putting retractable domes on their football fields?
If it's in the budget, why not?
So I'll give you one, and I'll say this: everybody that hears this is going to say the same thing, because why would they do this? It's not going to be an advantage. Penn State is going to wants to put a dome on their stadium. Which, if you know, so there's two things. One, you take away the entire cold game.
Right.
Penn State. On the flip side, though, you put that fucking whiteout in a dome. You couldn't hear before when there was a roof, when there was no roof.
Right.
Now you're closing the indoor and keeping the sound in. How loud do you think that's gonna be?
Oh, I think that's going to be nice and loud.
Yeah.
Deafeningly loud.
But, I mean, you're starting to get a lot of these colleges that are starting to do that. Like, they're starting to close up the roofs. And the traditional football fans are like, well, that's not actual football. It's like, guys, shut up.
Right. Shit changes, guys. Get used to it.
But, all right. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we dive into our bets for the week?
Not really, man. It's been a pretty slow week for sports news.
All right. I mean, the only big other news, and this will lead into our bets, is the Final Four is this weekend. And it might be the most boring Final Four. Boring in the fact that there's no real reason to watch it. They're all number one seeds.
You mean all the best teams made it?
Exactly. Florida, Auburn, Duke, and Houston.
What a tweet.
What?
What a twist.
Yeah, what they twist. It's just... It doesn't... I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing. Here's the thing. I want to ask you one question. How many times do you think this has happened? We're all number one seeds. So it went to 64 teams since the 70s.
I'm going to say this happens about 70% of the time.
You would be way off.
Really?
Since they expanded the bracket, this has only happened twice.
Interesting.
And this is the second time all number one seeds have made it. All four number one seeds. The other time was in San Antonio, and that's exactly where they are this year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. At least usually one number one seed falters. Usually you get a 2 seed or a 3 seed in there. Usually it's some type of 4, or like you're never going to get like, you get the rarity where you get like a 15 seed like in Princeton shows up, but like this is only the second time since the expansion of the tournament. Well, all 4 number one seeds have made it.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. But is it a good thing? I can't say no, because now you're getting the 4 best teams in the freaking in NCAA facing off against each other.
Right, you're going to get highly competitive games.
Yeah. You can't be insulted by that, but at the same time you don't have to be happy about it either. Because everyone's like, oh, well, there's no Cinderellas. I'm like, I don't need.
Sometimes you don't need Cinderella. Sometimes you need Maximus.
Yeah. Like, I want good games. Honest to God, watching college basketball this year, it has been fucking boring. College basketball this year did not do themselves any favors. It was not that good. Like, it was put you to sleep boring.
So a lackluster season.
Pretty much.
Maybe that's why we're going to have such a highly fucking competitive Final Four.
I hope.
Those guys are giving back to you.
I do hope. I really do. Because I would love to see that, but there's a part of me that thinks it's going to be. I think it's an inevitable. I think there's 2 teams that are on either side of the bracket that are going to meet in the final in the title game.
Right.
And I'll just say it right now. So we'll make the picks. Florida versus Auburn is the first game. Florida's a 2.5-point favorite. Here's the thing. You have the guy right now in Janiah Broome that's going to either come in second in the Player of the Year or win the Player of the Year. I don't see Auburn losing to Florida because Florida, the last 2 games, have had the scratch and claw to just get out. I do not trust Florida here. Give me War Eagle. Give me Auburn.
I was going to say I'll take Auburn too.
And actually, let me see something. I actually am curious. Do they have Broome's odds? Points. Here we go. Janiah Broome, points. 19. 19 and a half. That, ooh, I don't know. You know what? That's better. Give me his rebounds. He has 10 and a half for rebounds. He's gonna get 11 rebounds in this game. Take the over. Give me Auburn and give me Janiah Broome over rebounds.
All right.
And then finally, Houston taking on again the kid in Cooper Flagg, who's either going to win the National Player of the Year or come in second in Duke. Yeah, guess what? The freight train's coming. Duke's defense is playing lights out right now. Give me them Duke boys.
Yeah, I like Duke.
And that's the problem, though, because from jump, and I even told Christian this. I go, if Cooper Flagg does not stay healthy, Duke has nothing. Boy, was I fucking wrong about that. Duke's defense is insanely locked down, and I think Christian's not going to like this. But I think Duke's the one cutting down the nets on Monday. I think Duke beats Auburn and wins the national title. And if everything goes right, we'll be literally live before that game happens. That's what's going to be funny. We'll be live when that game goes off. But no, like that. I can see Duke. Duke is going to how their defense is. They're the team that can stop any SEC team. All right. All right. Well, we're closing up. We're rolling through. We got about 15 more minutes until we close up shop. But with that being said, too, we like to do our. We're going to try to do something different. Between me and Ryan, we want to have a little fun with this. We want to look towards the weekend and give you guys, I guess you could say, 2 best bets between us for either Thursday or the weekend, and then we're gonna do a parlay for certain things and try to see what we can do. This is mostly for Thursday. Hopefully, we can get something for the weekend. We already gave you weekend bets for Duke and Auburn, but let's think about something for tomorrow, Ryan. We do have lines for tomorrow.
What do we got?
All right, well, because anything right now, it's all pretty much going to be baseball.
Of course.
So, let me pull up and actually give you an idea of what games we have tomorrow. So, and then you just tell me where you want to go. So, there's only 2, 4, 5 games tomorrow.
All right.
The Red Sox in Baltimore, Colorado, Philly, Houston Twins, Diamondbacks, Yankees, Reds, Brewers.
Let's do D-backs and Yankees.
Okay. So, right now you have Kelly. So, do we have home runs? No, we have Grand Slam. Okay, so we do not right now have anytime home runs. But I can put it in tomorrow. That's not a big deal.
All right.
So, okay. Pitching, do we have anything with K's? No, we will not get that until either tonight or tomorrow. But it looks like it's not it's Cookie Carrasco. So if I had to guess, you're looking at maybe 5, his strikeout rate. And mostly everybody else, usually when it comes to base on base percentage, it's everyone needs to get at least a hit.
Right.
So where would you like to go? So give me, you know what? Do this. Have fun with this one. Give me an anytime home run, and give me just another. Give me either a win or like what you think.
Anytime home run.
Okay.
That would have to be Judge.
Okay, Judge is probably going to be, if I had to guess, 2-1. And what else? Give me one more. You got either win, the over-under is 9.5.
If we're going to go with win.
You can go anywhere, whatever you think you would like. Like, if you're going to do that, if you want to, unfortunately, I don't think I can tie Judge and bases together, so you would have to almost go like Volpe or somebody else.
I want to go Volpe.
You want to go Volpe minus what is it? Plus 1.5?
Yeah,
or
fine.
Okay. Or point over 5 bases. 0.5 bases. So he needs a hit. That's pretty much how that works. He needs a hit. So I am going to the Cincinnati game.
All right, you're going Cincy?
I'm going Cincy. I am going with Ellie De La Cruz. Anytime home run. And I am going to go... Go... Because Nestor Cortez is... If Nestor serves up the meatballs like he did against the Yankees, this is going to be a long night.
Right.
And I'm going to take... Oh, God. I might actually have to go to a different game and go... You know what? I'm going to go Philly after... I'm also going to do Philly, and I'm going to go to over Bryce Harper. I believe he had... It's probably 1.5 to a half base. Over 1.5/0.5 base. So that we're probably looking at maybe 35-1.
Okay.
We'll throw a $5 on it and see what we do. See what happens. So we're gonna go with Judge anytime home run.
Yay, sports ball.
Yay, sports ball. So, Ellie De La Cruz and Judge anytime home runs, and Volpe and Bryce Harper over their bases.
Okay.
And that's it for baseball. There's no real golf or anything like that. I mean, we have the Valero Open, but golf is 2 weeks away from the Masters. So there's no real rush yet.
Right.
Give it time.
Oh, shitty bitches.
Psh.
Damn, I'm beating myself in the BMW Open. That was a triple bogey. God damn. Fucking water hazard.
Is there any other spot we want to touch, or do we want to bring this in?
Actually, are you on Sportsbook?
Yeah, I'm on Caesars. Why? What's up?
Pull up the WrestleMania stuff.
I gotta go overseas for that. Give me 1 second. I'll pull that up.
No. Just go to a Vegas site. Vegas has the odds.
No. It actually, when it comes to online, it's not in Vegas. It's overseas. Bet Online has it. Takes me 2 seconds to pull it up.
Yeah.
All right, I only got 5 matches right now.
All right, what do we got?
Randy Orton minus 1,000 versus Kevin Owens plus 550.
Plus what?
Plus 550. Five and a half.
5.5.
It's,
Kind of match?
It's a singles match. It's probably Randy.
Oh, it's easily Randy.
Well, now here's the question. Okay, yeah, it's Randy, but does Randy get fucking disqualified after he pins him and it gets flipped?
He cannot be disqualified after the pin. After the final bell is rung, he cannot be the referee's decision cannot be overturned. That match is
it depends, because I've seen it before where you've had it flipped due to the fact that, like, hey,
what, he punched somebody?
What? Yeah, like if he punts Randy or punts Kevin.
I always thought that was stupid storyline shit, because we all know in every sport the referee, his decision is final.
Well, remember, like if they don't relinquish the hold, they can reverse the decision.
That's true.
That's their reasoning for some of the shit. You know that.
No, but I do think Sammy interferes. That way we can push forward to Orton and Cena, and Sammy and Kevin can do those things. Hell, maybe Grande Americano found El Generico. We all know that he went to Mexico. We all know that Chad Gable went to Mexico looking for the greatest luchador ever, and he learned about Grande Americano. But what if he learned about him from El Generico? I mean, Generico has been in Mexico taking care of the orphans.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, what other matches we got?
CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Punk is your favorite at minus 300. Then it is Roman at plus 150 and Seth Rollins at 3-1. I think Seth is the one. I want to say Seth's the one eating the pin, but I can so smell Heyman fucking somebody over.
I think that Punk's favor is Heyman coming back as his man.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely Punk wants his wise man back.
And Roman knows it.
Yeah. And as of right now, Punk is getting the full treatment for this one because and Living Color is in Vegas the night before performing.
Oh yeah, and so he'll have the big WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? That's cool because let's be honest.
Listen, if Hunter's a dickhead, you know what he should do? Have him playing on a stack of poker chips.
You know he's looking it away. Oh, did you know that Cody's fucking Thronebreaker entrance was put in 2K25?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. They put his AEW entrance in the WWE game. That's fucking funny.
Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so many insults to, like, AEW without being insults to AEW.
Just trying to give him the rub, kid.
Hey, listen, apparently TNT thinks they're fucking great for business, so they're keeping them around for God knows how long.
Well, I mean, Ted Turner is smart like that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at WCW.
Yes, well, I mean, you just hired about 8 more fucking people and didn't release anybody else, so.
What? Tony Khan made another mistake, you say?
Yeah, because, you know, it's not like Ricky Starks wasn't a fucking star.
So, okay, here's a question.
Okay.
With MJF getting his AEW tattoo removed, do you think he's the next to jump?
Yes.
When do you think it happens?
He needs to get out of this contract, which he's been under for, like, a decent amount. I'd say by next WrestleMania.
Apparently WWE has re-signed Rusev.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next match?
Cody versus Cena. Cena's the favorite.
I mean, I think Cena's the one to do it because let's be honest. Cody's story is in the chase.
Well, here's the thing. The big thing is gotta be the fact that now they announced that Flair is going to be there. There's no reason you would be bringing Flair.
I love Charlotte Supply. If John breaks my dad's record, I'll break his. How? WWE's just going to write that in for you?
Well, hasn't she won the women's title like 9 times already?
Yeah.
So she's almost at 17.
She's almost at the... You need to learn how to count, bro.
Listen, Charlotte's got enough. Charlotte has enough knee injuries.
Yeah. All right. Up next, I guess.
El Igaro.
I'm guessing up next is Jay and Gunther.
Yep. Oh, Jay is now a heavy favorite at -600.
Oh yeah, it's because everybody sees the same thing that we see. After Monday night's attack on Jimmy,
Yep.
Jay now has a reason to beat Gunther.
Yeah.
And to beat him, not just to beat him, but to beat him clean.
Yeah. You now tied in the shit in his head, and now you mix it with the family, and now, I'm interested to see what Jay's fucking entrance is gonna be.
You think he's gonna have a big elaborate one?
I think he's gonna go not old school, but there's gonna be a family tie to this.
Yeah, I can see that. He comes out like Rikishi. Too Cool's music and everything.
If he came out to Too Cool's music, I think people would pop, especially for a Mania crowd.
Tama Tonga and Tamaloa come out like Scotty and fucking Brian. Get the dance and everything.
So there is one thing that happened on a live show that's interesting that I could see happening.
Punk beating Gunther for the world title?
Well, that, but Jacob getting involved in this match to help Jay.
The cousin, huh?
Because Gunther had the bright idea to chop Jacob Fatu.
Solo!
Oh, dude, if he's so turning face soon. Fatu.
Yeah, there's too much stuff leaking of him like playing piano and popping for Boogie. Like there people are saying that he's a natural babyface.
But like, I love that everyone's like, oh well, he's an asshole heel. He's a great fucking badass heel. Yeah, then you realize he's a fucking dude.
Yeah, but if he's gonna be a heel, I want to see Jacob Fatu, but he's an actual werewolf.
He just turns into fucking Edward Cullen.
Like no more of this pretending. Like, no, he is an actual werewolf. That's what I want.
Just some Twilight bullshit.
I bet you'd get it over like Rover.
Yeah, it probably would.
Dude's talented.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember I watched him when he was fucking heavy. Cause he was down here. He's been up here.
Yeah, he's been everywhere, dude.
Well, no, I'm saying like he did a lot of shit in Hog. Same with Zilla. Which I don't know when that's gonna happen. Because if he gets into the E, whoo boy.
He's really pushing forward on social media, and he's talented enough.
Oh,
He's talented.
yeah, he's talented enough. But then you have Zilla.
Do we keep blowing up the bloodline to NWO proportions?
No, because you can see you're starting to see a split in certain areas.
And if that's also the thing, like, are we going to get a bloodline 3.0?
What was that?
I said, are we going to get a bloodline 3.0?
No, because I'm looking at this, and Tama Tonga's going to go away for a little bit until Tonga Loa can come back. Solo, I don't know what you're going to have him feud with Jacob. Because you're already setting that up.
Right.
Zilla, you can easily put him with Jacob. And put that as a tag team.
Right.
Jimmy and Jay is already solos, so you don't have to worry about them.
I don't know, man. They had that tag match on Raw 2 weeks ago, and they look good together still.
Oh no, I'm saying you can still do it, but you have them as a. You have them that they can do single. They're like what the Hardys were. Where remember when they split and then like they kind of went their separate, but then when they got back together, that was a pop.
Yeah, I also saw them issue a challenge to the Dudleys and Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys accepted.
Yeah. And then Solo can start doing his own thing. You can start building Solo as an actual single star.
Which he fucking is.
Yeah.
Dude, he's going to make that company so much money.
But, like, that's the thing. Like, you can start seeing a split in a good way in some of these spots.
Right.
Like I said, Tonga Tonga's going to go away because he needs his brother. He needs to be a legit tag team because Gorillas of Destiny were that.
Right. They were the shit.
Yeah. So you're not doing anything with him. He got over with a fucking hyena laugh. So at least you know he got some charisma. But I don't know what you're gonna do, and now Lance is down there, so I'm interested to see what Lance Anawai's gonna do. Lance Anoy. Now we have one more match on this because God forbid we forgot this fucking match.
Okay.
They kind of have stopped promoting it. Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton.
That match is going to be your piss break match. I'm sorry to have to say it. Charlotte's going to go out there, and Charlotte's going to do Charlotte, and she's going to make Tiffany Stratton look like shit.
Charlotte's going to come out looking like a Vegas showgirl.
Yep. She's going to do her best to make Tiffany look bad. She's going to take the women's championship, and we're back to the same shit that we had a year ago.
Sounds about right.
Like, I understand that she's Ric Flair's daughter, but at the same time, like, her time in the spotlight's done. It's time to build new stars.
By the way, what record is she going to try to break? Rick's title record or Rick's ex-wife record?
Both.
Double champ. Charlotte 2 belts.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I saw this interview with Paige now that she's left AEW.
Yeah.
And somebody asked her if she could go back and give herself, from like...
Don't have sex on camera?
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, damn, dude, even she can laugh about it now.
Yeah, and what's interesting is going to be to see what happens with her, because she wants to come back to the E, and the rumor is that she wants to be a manager for Rhea Ripley. I'm like, that's not terrible. You make her like a Mr. Fuji type manager. I believe he just. I'm trying to get Ryan back in here. Sorry. While we bring that back, if we can't bring him back, then we will just cut the show off, because that's pretty much it. I mean, Charlotte, Ryan's been under fucking storm warnings for the entire day, so, alright. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It looks like the power is out for him, and he's texting me right now, so. All right. So, anyway. So, all right, to finish it up, yeah, Ryan's got some issues going on right now with his internet, and we'll come back to it. Like I said, he's talking about Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be what Charlotte's going to be. They have it in a coin flip. Charlotte's at minus 130. Tiffany's at minus 110. Honest to God, don't care. You're probably going to get Bianca and Becky. Or not Becky. Bianca, Rhea, and Io for the WWE women's title. Probably going to get LA Knight versus Big Jim. Or it's going to be LA Knight versus Jacob. Give the boys the straps. Let's figure it out. It's WrestleMania season and tie it all in a bow. But with that being said, I believe that is our show. And if you like what you heard, please follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerdport Network. Follow us, myself, individually on Twitter at FNRonnie. You can follow Ryan at StuntcockSTL. Follow us. Come join us back on Monday as we dive back into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the world of sports, as well as Tuesday. We are going to start trying to do different things. I need to start figuring shit out. I might be back on tomorrow to play Blitz the League. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, tell your friends. If you didn't like what you hear, you can go fuck yourself and tell your enemies. But always remind them 3 things. 1, a hot dog is a sandwich. I know, Ryan. Kill me later. That's fine. 2, Bobby Bonilla is getting paid. And 3, there is always a teachable moment. And if you don't believe me, well then fuck it. That's just a fact of